Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. One really popular thing that we all like to do is cheese boards. So today I am going to demystify cheese boards for you, and we are going to be talking a little bit about the anatomy of a cheese board. And what that means is I am going to give you the essentials of a cheese board, and I'm going to make it really easy for you when you have to shop for your cheese board. And I've also enlisted a little bit of help from a friend of mine who owns this beautiful cheese boutique in Toronto, and his name is Afrim. So I'm going to be heading to his store shortly, and I'm going to go and pick up some great cheeses and some cured meats and olives and nuts. So that is my goal for today. So follow me. I'm just going to head over to Cheese Boutique and we're going to pick some amazing stuff. Alright guys, I am back. I got some amazing stuff and learned some great tips from Afrim, and I'm going to put this cheese board together and show you guys how easy it is. And I love that when you go to these specialty stores that you actually get an education. So the next time your guests come over, you can actually educate them on what you're serving to them. So each component of this cheese board has a purpose. And if you can tell your guests, you know, the reason why you put a certain cheese on there or a certain cured meat on there, then it gives it almost a story and a purpose. And I think people will be more excited to eat it. One thing Afrim told me is to always make cheese the star. So let's start with the cheeses. So today with my cheese board, I am taking you guys to Spain. I made sure to choose all ingredients that are Spanish so that my cheese board can have a little bit of a theme. Always be sure to pick a good variety of cheeses. The very first variety I'm going to be talking about is a soft cheese. So this is almost like a brie in nature. It could be spread on a cracker, on a baguette. And the one that I chose is called MANCHEGO. This cheese in particular was made just west of Madrid, Spain. And it's made of goat's milk. And when I tried this cheese, I instantly fell in love with it. So I'll just show you guys what it looks like. Just really soft, really aromatic, and it really gets your palate going and excited about what's to come. Next, I got a MANCHEGO cheese, and it is a very mild and a firmer cheese. You always want to get a mild and firm cheese because it's something that most people like and are used to. So this is what it looks like. The third and final cheese that I got is called VALDEON, and it's made with cow and goat's milk, and it's considered a Spanish blue cheese. I personally love it. It's not everyone's favorite, but it's really, really nice to have on your cheese board for your guests who love that bold cheese. So I'm going to place these on my board, and then I'm going to show you guys, because that is step one of the cheese board. Pick your cheeses, place them on your board, and then we're going to start building around the cheese. Alright, so there you have it, and now we're going to start filling in the spaces of this board. So I picked up some Spanish charcuterie, and the very first item that I picked up is Spanish chorizo, of course. Chorizo is very well known in Spain, and it has this wonderful flavor of paprika, and it's a beautiful color and has a wonderful flavor that'll go fantastic with these cheeses. Next, I picked up some Serrano ham, which you may have tasted before. It's an equivalent to, I would say, an Italian prosciutto. Very similar in flavor. I like my cured meats cut really, really thin as possible, but not too thin that it breaks apart when you're trying to take it out of the package. So that's what it looks like. It's really, it has this really great flavor, and it's very salty. I'm going to be serving it with some water-based fruits like grapes, and that is something that will counterbalance the saltiness of the prosciutto. I'm also going to be serving it with a baguette, and also it goes really, really well with the Spanish cheeses. So that is an obvious choice that I had to include in my Spanish cheese board. It's Serrano ham. Next, I picked up some little bites that are gonna go really, really well with the cured meats and the cheeses. So again, in keeping with the Spanish theme, I picked up these Spanish Marcona almonds, and they've already been roasted. They have this wonderful flavor and they're salty and they've got a great bite to them. I think for texture and flavor, this is a great addition to a cheese board. Nuts are always a great addition to a cheese board. You can find little vessels to put your almonds and your nuts in. So I'm gonna use a little bowl. The next thing that I picked up are some Spanish olives. Spanish olives aren't very salty, which I like. I don't like when my olives are too salty, especially that we have a lot of salty items on this cheese board. So Spanish olives are very fruity. And they also, in a way, clean the palate because of the moisture and the texture. The last thing that I picked up is a mustard. Not everyone enjoys a mustard on their cheese board. Because it's acidic, it will go very well with the cured meats and will also clean the palate a little bit after having all this cheese and stuff. So if you aren't a fan of mustard, you don't have to put it. I'd like it as just a little extra, you know, fun little accompaniment to the cheeses, the cured meats. It's also something that your guests can spread on the bread and just adds a little bit of flavor, a little punch of acidity. So I think it's nice to have. You don't have to put it though. I wouldn't say that it is an essential to a cheese board. My favorite water-based fruit to add to a cheese board is grapes. I know it's obvious, but I love how they're sweet and they do such a great job at cleaning the palate, especially after a really flavorful cheese or a really salty piece of cured meat. And last but not least, the vessels. You can easily use a piece of cheese as your vessel for your cheese board. Another great option is crackers. But today I'm gonna be sticking with, because I want this to be as simple as possible and as approachable as possible, because anyone can do a cheese board. You can find these ingredients pretty much anywhere. So I picked up a plain old baguette that I'm gonna be cutting up and putting with my cheese board. So let's do that. Next, I'm gonna be talking about a few cocktails and drinks you can serve with this specific cheese board. Just to quickly review, we've got the mild firm cheese, the Manchego, we've got the Spanish blue cheese, and then we've got the soft cheese. So we've got tastes covered. And then we have the wonderful Serrano ham, the Spanish chorizo, and then we move on to accompaniments, and I've got grapes, a water-based fruit, just to clean the palate. I've got Spanish olives, and I've got Marcona almonds. And then I added in a little bit of an acidic and a little bit sweet mustard just to add some texture in there, another little flavor that you can serve with the bread, which is my vessel for my cheese board. Sweet preserves are also great with cheese boards, and this is a quince preserve. Next, let's talk a little bit about cocktails and then we'll be good to go. So my cheese board is complete. And the last thing, obviously, that I have to think about is what I'm going to be serving it with in terms of cocktails. So Afrim gave me some really great tips for cocktails to serve. The first one he gave me is sangria. And sangria is a Spanish wine that is very fruity, and I think it would go really, really well with these Spanish cheeses and this Spanish-themed cheese board. The next suggestion that he gave me was to add a Spanish cava to that sangria, just to add a little bit of fizz, and just it acts as a great palate cleanser. So that is the next thing that I'm probably gonna do. Such a great tip, never tried that before. And he also gave me a suggestion to serve a sherry with the Spanish blue cheese, because he says it goes really, really well together. So that's another little tidbit that I've never tried, and I'm excited to serve my girlfriends when they come over. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love it if you guys subscribed to my channel so that you are kept up to date on all my newest videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.